This is Stacy Marshall with Printwear Magazine.
Matt Vassallo with the WritingStoneWorld.com.
Richard Greaves with ScreenMaking.com.
Brian Walker with RTP Apparel.
This is Peter Walsh with M&R, and you're listening to the Two Regular Guys podcast.
Podcast hosted by
Terry Combs.
Terry Combs.
Terry Combs.
And
Aaron Montgomery.
Aaron Montgomery.
Aaron Montgomery.
Keep on listening.
I don't know if these guys are that regular.
All right. Well, welcome to the show. It is Friday, November 12th, 2021. I'm Terry Combs. You can find me at terrycombs.com.
And I'm Aaron Montgomery, and you can find me over at oursuccessgroup.com. Terry, today is the day. It's what I believe is one of the most important shows that we get to do each year. Today we will be announcing the 2021 REGGIE Award nominees, and that way we can get the voting started later on today and reveal those winners. But the other part about this, Terry, is not only do we get to announce the people that are going to be voted on that got nominated, but everybody that got a nomination, we will list them. We don't know everybody. There's a bunch of names on here I don't know. That's part of the reason I love this, because we get to meet new people and learn new things. So really excited about today. And
if only them reaching out to say, you pronounced my name wrong.
Yeah, here's where you send that to info@tworegularguys.com, and that'll pretty much be almost everybody's name, I would imagine. For me. Not Terry, you're pretty good at it. So I'm trying to figure this out. I was trying to look at the categories to see which way we should start. It's that game where you say, I won the sandbox, I two the sandbox. Have you ever played that game?
Yeah.
I seven the sandbox. Terry, you ate the sandbox. So okay.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently you haven't played that game. But anyhow, I'm trying to get it so Terry has the hard ones, but we'll see how it goes here today. Well, let's check in with a couple of the regulators here real quick, Terry, and then share some upcoming things before we dive in. Let's see who we've got here tuned in this morning. Chuck joining us earlier. There we go. And Christine, good morning. And looking forward to the announcement. Yes, so are we. And Todd says, good morning to all and good luck to everybody. And then as usual, we've got Eric in the comments, and can't wait to see the People's Choice Awards, which is, that's what we're all about here today. What else we got here? Sandy says, excited to hear all the nominees. Happy Friday to you, Justin. Great to see you. Good morning, David. And good morning, Kristen. And James Ortolani. Good to see you, sir. Great to have you checked in and tuning in. So, Terry, and the gentleman that doesn't think we are that regular, Richard Greaves, joining us this morning.
Let's see how long he stays. He just tuned in to hear him talking at the beginning.
Yeah. We really appreciate you doing that intro, and that's pretty funny. All right. Well, let's keep going here, Terry. I know there's not a whole lot of news happening.
Yeah.
But,
I did want to do a little shout out to all the veterans in our industry, not veterans of the industry, military veterans who are part of the industry. Aaron, on the rare occasion that we get to do this show on Veterans Day, remember last time we had multiple military veterans who are our friends in the industry came on, and that we're a day past, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows the Two Regular Guys gave a shout out to all the veterans out there who are listening, and we appreciate you very, very much.
Yeah, definitely. All the sacrifices and everything that the veterans have made for us and this great country we get to live in that doesn't go unnoticed. And so thanks for all of your services. And Terry, we do have a lot of military veterans in our industry, and which I think is awesome. They bring a different kind of attitude to it, and I love it.
Interesting enough, Aaron, the class I just did in Chicago about a week ago, one of the people working there, and Chris Thomas is a Navy veteran, a corpsman. And two of the students were also veterans, and there was a big conversation about that coming up on Veterans Day. So
nice,
very cool, very cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. Yep. Well, again, like Terry said, thanks to all the veterans for all your service and sacrifice, and we are excited to support veterans, and we always love it when we fall on Veterans Day because we do get a chance to do that. So we'll have to look and see what next year looks like.
Yeah. But Aaron, what we do have every week is our dad joke, and it looks like that you have contributed this week.
Yes, I did contribute, and like a lot of my dad jokes these days, this is a dad joke from my dad, so it's a dad joke, I guess. So my dad has now decided that every day he will send an email out to his list of friends that has a daily pun on it. So this was one of those.
Nice.
So are you ready, Terry?
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Okay. Well, Terry, did you know that I have a fear of speed bumps?
I've ridden with you in a car before, so no, I did not know that.
Well, yes, but I'm slowly getting over it. All right. Well, we don't promise anything from the dad jokes other than they'll be dad jokes.
Right,
so that's, right. We make no other warranties or promises.
They reflect the cost of admission.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Before we dive in, though, we want to thank everybody for checking out the Two Regular Guys podcast. We are always looking for new guests. If you or anyone would like to join us, go to calendly.com/2 regular guys and give us your show ideas. If you are listening to the podcast version of the show, we would appreciate you sharing the Two Regular Guys with all your industry friends so they can become regulators too. And we would appreciate you giving us a review on any of the podcast locations that you might be using: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Podcasts. We are everywhere.
Yes.
And if you're watching us live right now, please join in with your comments and questions. And if there's a nominee that you particularly appreciate, feel free to comment as we go along.
And some of you may be the nominees too. So pat yourself on the back. You deserve it.
I did see a couple of names on the viewers list there that I have seen on another list.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing all that, Terry. Yes, and definitely want your guys' interaction. That makes it even more fun. But let's hear a quick word about an upcoming workshop that my wife Kylene and I have, and then we will dive right into these nominations.
We are looking for undercover heroes. Yes, those heroes hiding in the dark. You know, the people just like you and me who have families, businesses, a community counting on them to be able to share their unique gifts. You're going to be able to spot them because of the dubious evil villain, self-doubt. This evil inner critic who is blocking them from achieving the amazing results they deserve. This villain is so dangerous because she could be undermining you as we speak. My wife, Kylene Montgomery, and I will be guiding another group of superheroes through a 60-minute virtual workshop to share a process to remove limiting beliefs, and we're going to leave you with the resources to keep you knocking down blocks anytime you want thereafter. Please send anyone you know with self-doubt or limiting beliefs to oursuccessgroup.com/unlock. This way, they can sign up and unlock their full potential. Oh, and by the way, so can you.
Very nice.
Thank you. All right. Well, love to have people join us. That's coming up. The next one, we do it every month. The next one's on November 20th, which is a week from tomorrow. So, yeah.
I liked the off-camera view though during the commercial because every one of us, a coffee mug came up into the picture.
That's right. That's right. All right, Terry. Well, let's get to these nominations. The voting is going to end on December 9th at 5 p.m. Central. I do not have it all final yet online. So as soon as we get done with the show, in fact, we said, you know what, we could have just started late. I had one more category to get listed up there, but coming soon. So the voting will be ready to go. I don't know. It depends on how quickly we go. It might be before the half. We'll see.
Only if we end on time, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, only if we end on time. That's right.
Because we know the half can't start late.
No, it's only 30 minutes and it can't start late or end late. So, so either right before the half or right after the half. There you go. And then the other thing here, Terry, is we ended up having 90 nominations, and that's kind of ranged a little bit lower, but we knew it was going to be a little bit lower because we did actually require people to do a little bit of work and put in some thought and really kind of participate as opposed to just copying and pasting in the person that told them to copy and paste their name in. And
right.
so
in every category.
Yeah, in every category, right? So, this awards opportunity here, Terry, it's about being a positive part of the industry, and it's about recognizing people for their service. That's the end all be all. Nobody gets rich because they become a REGGIE Award winner. I know there's pride that goes into it, and all of that is important. But the most important part of this is that we are recognizing people that are willing to give of themselves. And like I said, we learn new people every year we do this for 9 years, right? So it's pretty cool.
It's not like a Nobel Prize then. There's no cash award that comes with it. Is that?
No cash award, no cash award. But
I don't know because I've never won one.
Yeah. Eric will confirm there is no cash award that comes with it. But you've got a plaque that you can display. We've seen people display their plaques at trade shows, and obviously you've got a great coffee mug to use, and then this year you also get the 5 keys. So it's all about recognizing, though, Terry. I think that's the most important part for me that I want to get across. What's your feeling on this?
Well, I 100% agree. This is it's when we first talked about doing this, we didn't know how it was going to go, and I think we probably repeat this every year for the last 9 years, but it's so satisfying that all these people that are nominated, and a lot of the comments that people make when they make the nomination about really how this person has helped them, or how this person has helped the industry, or this company has helped them, and it's ending the year, and believe it or not, we are ending a year, Aaron. It's ending the year on such a positive note, with everything that's happened over the past almost 2 years. It's really cool that we get the opportunity to recognize folks that have gone the extra mile. So that's my only comment.
Yeah, I love it, Terry. You're exactly right. And this whole thing started on a whim, right? Just a kind of a random idea, and it's turned into the Reggies, and so we're really proud of that. And
our hardest decision was deciding what to call it.
Yeah, exactly. That's 100% true. And honestly, Terry, I'm really proud of it, but I'm also just really appreciative of everybody that supported it, everybody that's been a part of it. We've had it all, and
Yeah.
every year we get emails. I get emails saying, oh, this, that, or the other thing, and it's just part of it. We've been very clear about what this is and how it is, and
Aaron, and at trade shows, you'll go by this booth or that booth, and they'll have their plaque on display in a trade show booth, and that says to me that this is not just meaningful to us here; it's meaningful to all the folks out there within the industry as well.
Yeah. You go to daxshow.com and you'll see their REGGIE Award right there on their webpage. So
yeah, exactly.
All right. So we talked about the fact that we made people work a little bit harder. And one of the new rules this year was that you must nominate, I'm going to read it here. You must nominate a company or individual in at least 7 of the 10 categories. Nomination forms that are submitted that have less than 7 categories filled in will be tossed out and not counted. So that ended up meaning that we tossed out about 30 nomination forms. Just FYI for people out there, if you're listening in. Big, bold rules right at the top. And I think, there was still the situation where it was just go to this website, copy and paste this in, and so that's okay.
Exactly right.
All part of it. And again, that's why we try to update and just keep it moving. The other area that kind of just might look a little bit different for folks this year was that rule about the products, that they must be out in the last 3 years. And that was something new. We'd always kind of hope that it was a new product, but then we discovered that there was some old products being nominated, but that was part of the deal. So we had to run with it at that point. So we made this change. And then also we wanted to add, just again, so we're learning new things. We're growing, we're expanding. And when we grow and expand as an industry, that things get better. So when we know about more things, so if they were have been voted on in the past, we didn't throw out the whole nomination. They just didn't make it into the category this year. Let's see here. Anything else, though, as far as these new rules go, Terry, that you'd like to share there?
Well, just I think that we always have a conversation after the awards that when one company or one person has a huge run of all the awards, that how can we make this more open to more people in the industry? And I think our 2 category rule is really going to help that. And you know what, the folks that win the big run on the categories come to us and say, hey, how can we make this more fair for other people? It's not just us saying that. It's the people winning the awards saying, hey, I don't want my name called 5 times. I would love for other people to be included. We've had people remove their names from nominations for that person.
Well, they've asked to be removed. We did not remove them.
Correct.
I don't know if you knew
Correct.
that. I've been asked lots of times
that's
to
true.
remove names and said, no, that would be unfair, right? That we want to keep this what it is. It's the People's Choice Awards, and they're not.
Wait, did you suddenly stop giving good customer service? Is that what you want us to do?
Yeah, exactly.
So as of today, we changed our policy. No returns.
Too late. Next year, you can be out of it then, right? So anyhow, I love it, and I appreciate so much everybody that participates, gets involved, makes nominations. I know it does take a little bit of time, but I think it's probably worth your 10-15 minutes of thinking time to go in there and make those nominations. So when we come around next year in October, make sure that you're ready to make those nominations again. Quick comment from the regulators here. Kristen said Eric should make a patch for winners that they can put on their jackets. I wholeheartedly agree.
I agree 100%. And yes, I think Eric should make a patch also for everyone who was nominated that says nominated for, and possibly a patch for, no, sorry, Eric. He's making faces in the background there that you guys can't see. I think Eric has a lot of free time, Aaron, and
mutes Terry. Careful, he's got the hand on the button, Terry. So awesome.
Okay.
Yep, there we go. All right, then just one other quick thing. We did have a few nominations where people wrote a person's name into the product, so that did not get listed. If you copied and pasted the same name across the board, we were a little skeptical of that. And so again, all in the spirit of what we're trying to do here, we're trying to expand the industry. We're trying to recognize as many areas, and there's a category for everything, I believe. So
Aaron, we spent many an hour sitting before the first REGGIE Awards thinking about categories and talking to people about categories, and I don't think we've repeated the exact same list any year, because we keep coming back and refining and maybe combining a category here and adding a new category there. So I'm feeling pretty good about our 9-year-end list.
Yeah, I am too. I think year 10 could be the year that we repeat, because I feel pretty good about where we're at with categories right now. So we'll see. We're always open for suggestions from you guys, so definitely keep that coming. But I think we've drug our feet long enough here, Terry. Should we get into this?
I think people want to hear what we have to say here about categories, or they want to hear what the industry has to say about categories.
I think they want to hear who the nominees are. So,
all right.
Would you like to start us off, please, sir?
Absolutely. The best new product in this category is for products that have been that have made an impact on our industry in 2021. These products must have been released in the last 3 years and have not made the voting before. And we are doing our best to verify that information. And Aaron, what do we want to do? The 5 that are nominated, or do we want to start with how do you want to?
Either way, whichever feels right for you.
All right, let's talk about the 5 nominees for this category: best new product. Okay. DTF transfers from Fat Dad Wholesale. Merrily by Brilliance. Did I say that right, Eric?
So.
He's nodding yes.
Oh, nodding. Yeah, there you go.
Needle Ease by Jerry Lee Medeiros. Sawgrass SG1000, and 3D Puff Pro tool developed by Justin Armenta. And the other folks, or the other products nominated, and we want to name those as well: Brother Scan and Cut, Corel Trainer plugin software, custom cuts using Unisub MDF, Direct-to-film Digital Wonderworks, Becky Kotzer from BK Custom Designs. Flocks by the Rhinestone World. Fuller Border by Jeff Fuller. Hogue Sublimation 18-ounce Hydro Bottle. HS Ink and Paper. And last one, Sublimatable Burlap Gifts from JDS. So those are all the nominees for Best Product.
Nice. Yeah. And there's lots of products in there and good stuff that you can go look into and see if that works for your business. In the show notes, Terry, we will list all of these, including, again, the people that were just nominated but didn't quite make the voting process. So
right. And obviously we take generally the top 5 people who've been nominated multiple times.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point to make sure everybody's clear on that. Yeah. So if multiple nominations, the top 5 of those, and luckily we haven't had a lot of situations. We've had a few where in fact, we'll have one a little bit later on, but over the years, we haven't had a lot of situations where there wasn't a clear 5 to go with, thank goodness. I always worry about that. I start going through the nomination forms and I'm like, oh boy, but so far so good. So hopefully I'm knocking on wood right now. So yeah, congratulations to those folks that made the nominations, plus all the people that have been, or plus all the products that have been nominated. That is some great stuff there. And yeah, love it. Thanks. All right, Terry. Well, let's get to the best customer service. And we were looking for you to list the company in person. And this was to share a specific company. And if there's a person who stands out there, to share them too. The company and team member are customer service oriented. These companies have specific policies in place that are customer service oriented and put their customers first in our industry. So in this particular category, because of the 2 category rule, the way that worked as well, if you were nominated in more than 2 categories, we only put in the areas that you got the most nominations in. So this year, we're just going to be voting on 3 people in this best customer service category. And so we've got Sunfacer Manufacturing, Jerilee Madaris, and I think we've got, is that how you said it, Terry?
Something like that.
Okay. All right. And then we've got
Jerilee.
Yep. We've got Tex-Mac from, and that's Renee Rosales, and then Sublimation 101, Michael Kaminsky. We had a bunch of other nominations, but everybody else had just gotten 1 single nomination. So we didn't feel like we had somebody else that we could put in there. Amanda with True Digital Artistry, Tim Fisher with CCI, Claudia Orso at Condi, and David Gross at Condi, Clay Barbara at Corel Trainer, Epilogue Laser, their entire staff, Honestly SPI Inking, Katie Koch from IT Supplies, Jim Cassing from Embrilliance, and Nancy Minnie from Madeira USA, Marvin Pearden from Driven by Graphics, Joseph Tavar from Synergy 17, Vitor Digitizing, Wilcom America, James Timmons, and then Winglinger and Company, Sanmar, and then Nikki Adamazinski from Sassy Subber was one that had multiple nominations, but is already in 2 other categories that coming later. Giving it away here, Terry. And then Pilar Harris from the Rhinestone World was also another one that got multiple nominations, but came out of this category due to being in other categories. So
Super.
There we go. That one was the hardest one.
Pretty
for sure,
long
Terry.
list. That means that a lot of people out there are doing some great customer service. So
yeah, I agree with that. And that was what was really exciting, is to see, you know, when we've got so many people that are focused on customer service like we do in our industry, to have this long list just kind of is that signifier that, yep, we are doing what we need to be doing as an industry to serve the people that are involved, and then hopefully the people that are getting that great customer service are going out there and giving great customer service to their customers too. So, all right, Terry. Well, that's category number 2, I believe. So you ready for number 3?
I'm ready. This is the best industry educator. This category is to recognize the best educator in our industry during 2021. someone who writes for the industry magazine, presents seminars or webinars, or otherwise educates people to improve our industry. This person should be focused on education rather than offering infomercial type content. So the top 5 who will be voted upon are Lori Donovan with Sawgrass Product Ambassador, excuse me. Eric Campbell, also nominated as the DJ E. Rich Campbell. Sorry, Eric, I'm just kidding.
Really gonna mute you today.
I usually save that for the end. Jeff Fuller with the Embroidery Nerd and Fuller Embroidery Works. Jay Bassell and Matt Vassallo with the Rhinestone World. Jay Bassell is with Equipment Zone, but also educating under many hats and his own podcast as well. The other nominees are Clay Barbera, HS Inc., Justin Armenta, Mark Coudray, Shakia Lavelli, Sprite Condi, Texas Embroidery Fun, Todd Downing, Aaron Montgomery, Lisa Shaw, and Nikki Adamkowitz, the Sassy Summer.
Yep, that one's a tough one. Awesome.
We even practiced that name last year.
I know we did, and we'll figure it out. So let's hit a couple of quick comments here, Terry.
Sure.
First off, Heather asked why my tumbler wasn't decorated. So that's why I was kind of showing off my tumbler again, just to make sure that she knew that it is decorated. So we're good. Everything I have is decorated. I have decorated socks on, people. So
I can vouch for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Let's see here. Christine said, yay, Justin and Jerry, very exciting. Back when we were earlier in the product category. And then Jamie says, woohoo, Eric, congrats. And Christine is giving her thumbs up for Jay Bassell and Eric Campbell. Excellent. And cool. So Jamie says, woohoo, embroidery, custom apparel, screen printing, rhinestone, the Texas Embroidery Fun. So yeah, it sounds like a good group. That was another one of the new ones that I learned about. So I'm excited to check that out.
Shouldn't that comment not been woohoo, but yeehaw? It's just my...
I think you've got a good point there, Terry. So nice, you guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and congratulations to everybody in that category, which was the Best Industry Educator. All the nominees are excellent. So very good choices. And yeah, so we'll get that out there for voting coming soon. All right, Terry, I'm getting to the right page on our notes here. This is a big, long outline today. Yeah. With all this.
We're doing best podcast or online education now.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. All right. Best podcast or online education. This category is to recognize a podcast, online blog, video platform, virtual event, training session, or other online platform that provides the best educational content in our industry. If it's education on the internet, it fits in this category. So here are our nominees that will be voted on. We've got Megan Rodenhouse with Ink Differently, and then Embroidery Nerd 911. And then Terry, congratulations. The Two Regular Guys podcast made the list.
Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you. Congratulations, Eric.
And then
speaking of Eric, the Take Up by Eric Campbell has made that list. And then we've got Embroidery Nerds, the Needle War Weekly Live. So a couple different groups there and a couple different things that go on. So awesome. Congratulations to all of them. The other people that were nominated were Applique Getaway. And then this was one that just landed slightly outside of our industry, but I thought I'd keep this one in there. So at least we get something on that person's nomination form. Asante Banquet, A Bowler's Life. So learn something new. I like the
Aaron, that sounds like a category you would vote for, because as I recall, you had a bowling bumper sticker when you lived here in Phoenix.
That's right. I've done some bowling. I enjoy bowling, so I'll go check that out. Eric Campbell made the list, so I'm not sure if that was for something else, but we got him there. Christine Shreve's Women Plus Business podcast, Our Success Group, Riley Black, the Shirt Show podcast, and then let's see here, Silaholics Anonymous, Honestly Sprinkling, and then the Rhinestone World's YouTube channel, and the Sass with Nikki Adamazinski, or something. We're gonna get it. I don't think we'll ever actually get it, but we'll get close.
We'll just overdub it in every one of these.
Yeah, the Sassy Subber. We'll just say that, right? Okay. So there you go. There's our best podcast or online education category. Those are all your nominees and the people that we will be voting on very soon.
All right, and in a COVID world, this is a category we dropped out last year. Last year, right? Yeah, because of the lack of trade shows, but it's back. The best industry trade show, and this category has re-entered the REGGIE Awards this year since many in-person events have taken place in 2021. We want to recognize the in-person event that best supported, educated, and provided networking for the decorating community in 2021. And the nominees that you'll be voting on are Print Hustlers, Shirt Lab, Applique Getaway, DAC Show Chicagoland, Impressions Expo Fort Worth. And the additional ones that were on the list were basically just generally listing the shows listing the show companies without specific events. For instance, Impressions Expo, but not listing a specific event. So
there were lots of ISSs.
The first time we have more of the and I don't know if traditional is the word for it, but the what we normally think of as trade shows. First time we have more groups outside of that traditional list than within it. So interesting and a nice turn, I think. Yeah.
And I think obviously, there were still not as many shows as normal. And so we're just sticking our toe back in the water here. But yeah, there's some great stuff in there. See that Christine says, yay, Applique Getaway. Christine's the marketing director there for Applique Getaway. And that's awesome.
But how many of the votes for Applique Getaway are because it's the greatest name for an event ever?
Hey, that counts, Gary. We're counting it. So, all right, let's see what else we've got here. A couple more comments before we get into the next category. See, Christine also said, I'm honored. Women in business was mentioned. Makes me happy. Awesome. Yep, definitely doing great work over there, Christine. So keep it up. And Jamie says, way to go, Christine. So Jamie says, I want to go to that one, the Applique Getaway. And I think, again, mainly, Terry, because you talk about how it's just the best name for a event ever.
With my writing background and all my advertising that I did in college, it's just that name that would have been an A+ in one of my advertising classes.
Yeah, definitely. And then Justin says, thank you for the nominations and honorable mentions, everyone. And yeah, definitely, Justin. And thank you for all that you do. And then I missed this other one earlier here. Walker Woods Creation says, I will say, what an awesome group of nominees overall. Congratulations to everyone. This just goes to show you this is an awesome industry with lots of talent. Can't wait to see the future. Awesome. So that is a perfect segue. Thank you. And I agree completely. I can't wait to see the future. Us industry veterans, Terry, we've got to make sure we're looking to the future.
Exactly.
And so that is what we're doing in this next category, the most influential up-and-comer in the industry. And this category is to recognize the under 40 crowd in our industry. The nominees should exemplify all the positive aspects of garment and product decorations. Before nominating, please be sure the person is in fact under 40. I think that for the most part, I did my best to try to figure out if everybody was under 40. And I think that we got there, but I could be wrong. So, we were.
I even see a nominee here that they listed their age with the nomination.
That's true.
Good on you.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. It took the time to make sure that we knew all that. And then the other kind of cool thing here, Terry, we talk about the under 40 crowd. And I know that, people are like, is that up and comer? Well, in our industry, yeah, that's kind of a changing of the guard phase there a little bit.
Yeah, because everybody started doing something else, so you have to take that away. And then
Exactly. But I'm really excited about this because we also have in fact, he's going to be in the voting, a nominee who is 10 years old, Terry. 10 years old. So you ready?
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
This young man is 10 years old. His name is Adam Fuller of bjjhats.com. And you may recognize the last name. His dad is Jeff Fuller, but he is doing some very cool things, doing videos and all sorts of stuff. And so excited to have him as one of the nominees. Also some fantastic, and I get to say younger people now, Terry, that I'm almost 50. So some other wonderful younger people here. Sprite Wood from Condi, Megan Rodenhouse, who's the Sawgrass Technologies Ambassador, Crystal Baugh from the Rhinestone World, and then Jeff Fuller of Fuller Embroidery Works. So I'm imagining that we'll get that email from Jeff saying, hey, you got to take me out of the category. I don't want to compete with my son, but we'll see. And yet it is not happening, by the way, Jeff. So you can say that.
You're in, man.
You're in. So that's who we'll be voting on. Other people receiving nominations here. Alexa Carey, Amanda with True Digital Artistry. And this was the one where they verified the age 36. So I'm just going to share it because somebody else shared it. Ashley Dodd, and might not get this one right, so I apologize in advance. Apricum Designs, go with that. TJ Rayhill, David Haynes from Corel Trainer, Eric Sutton with Cricut Designer, Jonathan Tynes, Katie Wubin, Mr. Crafty Pants, Michael David. I like that one. Mr. Crafty Pants. I love it. Nathan Leber, he came up with the stock sheet idea and is always sharing. So that was shared in the nomination form. Tyler Dowdy from Leber Design and Print. Vitor Luis Mendez of Vitor Digitizing. And so those were all of the nominees. So look at that list. Again, we'll put this whole list of everybody up in the show notes when I get that posted probably next week. Looks like I'm going to coach volleyball this weekend, so I won't be able to get to it this weekend, but I'll have the show notes with the full list. Take a look at this list. These are the people that you want to get to know, understand what they're doing, see if that's a connection point for you, because these are the up and comers in our industry. These are the people that are going to take us into that next generation. So, really
Aaron, even if we only counted my time in the industry, I still can't make this category. All right.
Well, with that, Terry, actually, sorry, one quick, can we hit a couple of comments first before we get into the next one? Okay. Christine said, as we were talking about Applique Getaway, you all should come. And of course, the fact that people want to come has nothing to do with the superior marketing of the show. Being the marketing director, so I had to share that one. Thanks, Christine. Jamie says, there is a lot of talent and I enjoy learning and teaching where I can. That's awesome. Excellent, Jamie. And Ramona said, yeah, Adam. And Jeff said, proud dad moment. So congratulations.
Very cool.
And Christine, Adam got nominated. Oh, that's so awesome. Yay for Adam. So wonderful. And
we had quite the conversation, Aaron, about Adam being nominated, and we're all pretty excited about seeing that.
Yeah. Well, it just means that, for a long time, we've got some good stuff happening. So, there's no.
He could be nominated in this category for the next 30 years. Are you?
Maybe he'll be running the two regular guys by that time. Who knows?
Could be. All right.
All right. So let's get into the next category, Terry.
All right. The next category is Women in Garment Decorating Award, and it is based on our quarterly show of the same name. This category is meant to recognize the person who is doing the most to raise the profile of women in our industry. The nominees are Kylene Montgomery for Thankful Thursdays, Geraldine Medeiros, Sunfacer Manufacturing Supplies, Christine Shreve of the Women Christine Shreve of the Women in Business podcast, Nikki Adamkowitz.
There you go. I think you got it.
The fifth nominee is Pilar Harris with the Rhinestone World. Also nominated, Allison Kennedy from Homage E-Retailing, Carolyn Cagle, Lisa Potts, Megan Nelson Urban, Scrappy Deppy Doo, Lisa Limenick, Tanya Deutscher, Tiffany Major, and Ramona McKee. So lots of, and I love to see all those different nominees in that category, Aaron.
Yeah.
And it's a credit to all of them. Obviously, several names that we recognize beyond Kylene.
Congratulations, honey. That's my wife. So No, great list of names, and Christine Shreve being in the running, I think, is also really great because she is the originator of and helped us get Women in Garment Decorating, that show, going on this show. And then she has taken that and really just made an amazing community out of all that. There's a Facebook group and all that other stuff. So Geraldine and Nikki and Pilar, I mean, and then the whole list of other people. Yeah, I'm glad I only have one vote, so I can be biased, but all right, Terry. Well, let's see here. What we got? I just want to make sure we keep coming back to the comments a little bit here too.
Sure.
So Christine says, what a great category. I'm honored to be nominated with such amazing women. Congratulations, Christine. And Jeff says, congratulations, Ramona. And Ramona says, oh my, really? Thank you. I'm feeling very touched for being thought of. Thank you. Yep, keep doing great work, Ramona. So, and hooray, Christine from Jeff. Let's see here. Okay, so just everybody saying congratulations. So I love it. Let's take a look. If you are listening to the podcast version of this, do make sure that you take some time to jump over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/2regularguys, and you can check out the video version. Or if you go into the show notes, you can click right on that video version from there and be able to see all these wonderful comments. We try to get to all of them, but we don't always. So, all right, Terry. Well, we are into, I lost count of what number we're on here, but
Yeah, me too.
I think this is 7, maybe. I'm just going to guess. 7.
They were numbered before, and I took out the numbers. Sorry.
That's all right. Now we know, right? Write that down for next year. Year 10, Terry. We're going to get this. All right. So the next category here is the most inspirational decorators community member. And this was actually added last year from suggestions as we were dealing with the pandemic. We wanted people that this is for anyone in the industry who has shown their ability to step above the bickering, the fighting, the debating, the commiserating, that kind of blaming, complaining, excuse making. And they lead with encouragement, motivation, and inspiration. This is group leaders or moderators or just those that are always uplifting was what we were looking for in this category. And here are the nominees that we will be voting on. Matt Vasallo, Todd Downing, Ramona McKee, Pilar Harrison, and Nikki from the Sassy Suburb. I'm going to leave it at that. So there you go. Those are the 5 people we will be voting on in that category. Congratulations to all of them. Other people receiving nominations. I received a nomination, so I'm very grateful and appreciative of that. It's Allie Banholzer, Andy McDougall. I think I got, am I getting that right? I don't really.
Yeah.
I think I got it right. Carolyn Cagle, Eric Sutton, Eric Campbell, Frank Dunn of Sandpiper Embroidery, Jane Swayze, Jennifer Maker Marks, Joseph Tavar, Justin Armenta, Kelly DeFries of the Crystal Ninja, Lee Caraselli, Lisa Shaw, Ryan Moore with Ryanette, Tanya Deutscher, and Lori Donovan from Sawgrass Product Ambassador. So those are all the people receiving nominees. A couple of those people were in other categories, so that's why they didn't end up in the voting. But what
an awesome list!
Yeah, no kidding. So this is. Oh, thank you, Eric. I didn't scroll down far enough. Big long list. There's 2 more that I didn't read. All right, Shakia Lavelle. I'm close. There we go. Eric's shaking his head. So Shakia Lavelle and then Jeff Fuller. So sorry.
Just right here, knowing that he's being left off the list too. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, sorry, Jeff. All right. Well, there we go. So yeah, like Terry said, what a great list. What a fantastic group of people. Again, Terry, we can talk about how awesome our industry is. But I think just having this list that just proves how awesome this industry is. People working together for the greater good.
And Aaron, this category, keep in mind that while these folks are uplifting the industry, uplifting people out there that are struggling with the COVID shutdowns and all the assorted issues, all these people on this list were also suffering from the same issues. They were dealing with those same things, but they at the same time are they trying to inspire the industry. So all the more impressive for 2021, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. Well said, Terry. Thank you. Let's get a couple comments here, Terry. We've got Jeff saying congratulations to Ramona. And am I getting a little feedback there, Terry?
No, you sound fine.
Okay. All right. Oh, Eric's
saying you do. So.
All right. Turn that down a little bit, see if we can get that a little bit better. Ramona says, oh my, really? Thank you. I'm feeling very touched for being thought of. Thank you. And Terry, I don't know if you see the other comments. You want to go through that while I see if I can fix this audio issue that I'm having?
Let me see where to start here. Wasn't paying it. Let's see here. Well, Jeff Fuller says congratulations to everyone. And Jeff says also, I'm used to not being on the list. Ramona said, I think we already have this one up, that she's feeling honored. Thank you. Todd Downey, yeehaw. Thanks, everyone. I don't think Todd commented on the dad jokes, so he commented on my comment about Texas. So, and then he says, now how do I choose between my friends? So I agree 100%, Todd. And Christine says, thank you, Jamie. That's very kind. And because Jamie said, Christine Shreve is the best and has uplifted more women. She's a wonderful person. So,
There we
all
go.
right, Aaron, are you back on track?
I think I'm back on track. Yep, I'm getting the high sign from Eric. So good. Okay, we'll get back to the microphone here. Let's see here. Okay, so we're back on track. You ready for the next category then?
I am. It is the best guest on the Two Regular Guys podcast. And this category is to recognize the guest on the Two Regular Guys that provided the most information that helped your business and was entertaining. And sometimes our guests are more entertaining than informative. Sometimes they're more and for the most part, a little mix of both. So that's what we're always looking for. So the nominees are Scott Ritter with the DAC shows, Gordon Firemark with all of his great advice for trademark and copyright, the Embroidery Nerds, the Taco Guys, Jay Bassell and Jeff Solomon, and then Todd Downing. And the other folks who were nominated in this category were Christine Shreve, Eric Campbell, and Jeremy Picker. So again, everybody that was nominated on that list is incredibly deserving. And, you know, Aaron, when we do this one, I always have to, when I read the names, I think, oh yeah, I remember that show. Oh, that was an awesome show.
Yeah, I do that too. And a couple times I'll go, oh, were they on the show? And then I go back to the show note. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, good.
I thought that was a year ago. No, yeah. It was.
Yeah. Now, there were some nominees that people that were nominated that have never been on the show before. So they obviously didn't make this list.
Yeah. But as you note in the description, doesn't say they were in the comments on the Two Regular Guys.
They were not in the comments either. They were just the
they were copy and paste.
They were a copy and paste. Yes. So but there were, in fact, we've got some of the other comments that we're going to share at the end here. So we are getting some ideas for guests. So that's good.
Sure.
All right. Let's see here. A couple comments to get to. Patty says, just joining in. Good luck to all. And
we'll start again, Patty. First category is
Brian says the Brilliance team is always humbled by any notice. Thank you. And we congratulate everyone. What a wonderful list. So excellent. Thanks, Brian. And Todd says, wahoo, I will make sure to bring the fire again next week. Good point, Todd. We will be on next week for part 2 of our DTF series. And Patty says, thanks, you're the best. All right, Terry. Well, you go ahead and just recap then everything, and then I'll wait here for you. We can't recap, actually. We will recap here in just a moment. But let's get to the final category here, Terry. This is the best ambassador for the industry. And this category is to recognize someone who represents our industry within and without, meaning inside and outside the industry, and exemplifies all the positive aspects of garment and product decorating. So here are the people we will be voting on. Eric Campbell, Lori Donovan, Todd Downing, myself. It's always awkward, but thank you very much for the nomination.
Aaron Montgomery.
Thank you. And then Matt Vassallo. So there's the people we will be voting on, and other people receiving nominations. Again, great list here. So pay attention. These are the people we need to be, connecting with and looking to support and whatnot. So we've got Jennifer Maker Marks. We've got John Kupka with Sati, Christine Shreve, Patrick Ali from Caesar, Pilar Harrison, The Rhinestone World, RJ Silva, Eye Candy Designs, Shakia Lavelle, Terry Combs. Congratulations, Terry. Nikki from the Sassy Subber. And then Jeff Fuller also made that list. So excellent stuff there. Congratulations to everybody. I'm very humbled to be part of that. So thank you guys very much for the nominations. And Terry, congratulations to you for being nominated as well.
Thank you, and you and Eric and all of our regular show friends who are here in the comments as well.
Yeah, it's hard to all of our friends and all the people that we know are doing such great things in this industry. It's hard to kind of go vote for me because you know what, I'm not going to vote for me. I'll tell you that right now. All right. Well, excellent. Congratulations, everybody. Todd says, I'm at a loss for words for this one. Thank you so much. And super humbled. Congratulations, Todd. Well deserved. And Patty says no sound, but I don't think that's a problem. So Patty, check your end real quick if you don't mind. And Terry will recap, but we got to make sure you have sound first.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Or you'll just have to wait till next week.
Well, Terry, before another T name, sorry about that. Before we go back and recap here, can I share some of just kind of the extra notes that we had in other category for people to kind of put some things in?
Yeah, absolutely. I was reading through these thinking how interesting this is.
Yeah. There's and I didn't put every single comment in here. I tried to, there's some that are like, okay, just it is what it is, but there's others that just wanted to make sure that we shared and things like that. This thing is an open book though. So if anybody has any questions or need anything, want to get more details, just reach out at info@tworegularguys.com. I'm happy to share. We're not, again, this is the People's Choice Awards. So our whole goal here is to just recognize as many people as we can. And so we love all the comments too. So Terry, if you don't mind, I'll just read through these real quick. All right. So David Haynes and Corel Trainer are awesome was one of the comments. And then another comment that's interesting. Don't limit this to crafting, which we don't, but maybe the point was being missed. Expand your horizons to woodworking, etc. Okay.
That feels like one of the copy and paste folks who thought this was a crafting website or crafting podcast.
Could have been. Who knows? Whatever. That is the only thing I won't share is who nominated who. We will not share the people's names and stuff like that. So that is not an open book because that's just not right. We wouldn't get the nominations then. And then let's see here. Next comment. Everybody within the community, all the educators and hosts for providing us with all the loads of information regularly, all the regulators, reciprocators, etc., that keep you all doing what you're doing. Such a wonderful community of decorators. So I wholeheartedly agree. Another comment is, I love TRW. They are awesome and their customer service is amazing. Lots of exclamation points, capital letters. So very excited there. Lori for a Two Guys podcast 2022. So there's a podcast guest recommendation. I believe that's Lori Donovan that they're talking about there. So Lori, you are on notice. we need to get you on the show. Let's see here. Matt from TRW is one of the generous people in the industry. He is generous and one of the most caring of other people's companies. You don't find that too often. He honestly wants other businesses and people to succeed. Next comment here, Terry, is Nikki of the Sassy Subber has done a superb job in the sublimation world. She is a truly caring, loving, and giving individual that gives not only of her talents, but also her time. Next comment here. Thanks for doing so much to recognize people in the industry. You rock. So there you go, Terry, you rock. And then this one, a little more forceful about Lori here, says, why hasn't Lori Donovan been on your podcast? Search Facebook for Sublimation Product Ambassador Lori. You'll find her. She is everywhere and very knowledgeable. She was recently on the Ink Differently podcast with Megan. Listen to it. So we're being told what to do there. My response to that real quick, Terry, is every single week we say, here's how you get to become a guest on this show. In fact, it's on the screen right now. If you're listening in live, go to
And how many of those have we gotten about having Lori on the show? None. Okay.
So there we go. We will find
Here's
Lori
your opportunity. Click on that right now.
Click on it, calendly.com/2regularguys. And you can find a time that we can have Lori on. So appreciate the information. Again, this is what it's all about for me too. Terry is learning about new people and finding new avenues to share and bring information. And then last comment,
Aaron, these, I'm sorry to interrupt you. With all the comments too, all you had to do is go and put a person's name. But all these comments are really very, very cool. I think that people felt like, I want to add to this. I just don't want to put their name in. I want to tell you why I love this company or this person or what they did for me. So it's very cool, I think.
Yeah. I think that it's the spirit of what our attempt was here, Terry. And that's what it is, right? It is to recognize that and have that opportunity to say, hey, thanks for doing this. Thanks for providing this. Thanks for being that inspiration. Thanks for this new product. And here's why. Right. Yeah. So I know we don't get to share all of those comments, but again, we're happy to do that if you'd like to read through it and check it out. So all right. So and then last one, apparently we had a group of people that really wanted Lori to be on. So the last comment was, you all need to have Lori Donovan on your podcast. So I think we're clear on that now. All right, let's get a couple of comments, Terry, and then if you wouldn't mind just going back through and recapping each category and the people that we'll be voting on.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome. I know we're getting towards the end here, but I think we've got time for that. Todd said, I'm sorry. Christine says, I never vote for myself. That may be why I'm Susan Lucci of REGGIE Awards, often nominated, never won. Susan Lucci, I love it. I'm Googling who that is. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Well, she's a soap opera actress who's been nominated 1,000 times and never won an Emmy.
Thank you. Yes. Perfect. Now I didn't put two and two together there for whatever reason. Eric says, love all you wonderful contributors in the industry. Thanks, everyone. So thank you. And Todd talking to Christine saying, this is the year. So Kristen says, love hearing all the nominations. I'm going to be looking some of these things up, i.e. new products, other podcasts, etc. Absolutely. Get out there. And yeah, this is a resource for you too. I love that. Perfect. So Christine says, and don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful to have been nominated so many times. It means a lot. So, and then Brian, they love you. They really, really love you. I'm pretty sure I'm trying to recreate the voice and the spirit of what Brian's comment was there. All right, Terry. Well, again, if you'll just run down real quickly the categories and just the highlight, and then the people we'll be voting for, and then we will close up the show here.
All right, very good. Best new product, DTF Transfers from Fat Dad Wholesale, Merrily from Embrilliant, Needle Ease by Jerry Lee Medeiros, Sawgrass SG1000, and 3D Puff Pro Tool developed by Justin Amrenta. Best customer service, Sunfacer Manufacturing, Jerry Lee Medeiros, Tex-Mac, Renee Rosales, and Sublimation 101, Michael Kaminsky. The best industry educator, Lori Donovan with Sawgrass, Eric Campbell, Jeff Fuller with the Embroidery Nerd and Fuller Embroidery Works, Jay Bassell, Matt Vassallo from the Rhinestone World. Best podcast or online education, Megan Rodenhouse with Ink Differently, Embroidery Nerd 911, Two Regular Guys, The Take Up by Eric Campbell, The Embroidery Nerds, The Needle Bar Weekly Live. Best Industry Trade Show, Print Hustlers, Shirt Lab, Applique Getaway, Dax Chicagoland, Impressions Expo, Fort Worth, Texas. Most influential up-and-comer in the industry, Adam Fuller of BJJ Hats, Sprite Wood with Condi, Megan Rodenhouse with Sawgrass, Crystal Baugh, The Rhinestone World, and Jeff Fuller of Fuller Embroidery Works. Women in Garment Decorating Award. Colleen Montgomery with Thoughtful Thursdays. Jerry Lee Medeiros, Sunfacer Manufacturing Supplies. Christine Shreve of Women in Business Podcast. Nikki.
Just say Sassy Summer.
Exactly. Adamkowitz.
There you go. You do way better than I do. So.
And then Pilar Harris with the Rhinestone World. Most Inspirational Decorators Community Member, Matt Vasallo, Todd Downing, Ramona McKee, Pilar Harrison, Nikki Adamkowitz. I'm just going to keep practicing. Best guest on Two Regular Guys podcast, Scott Ritter, Gordon Firemark, The Embroidery Nerds, The Taco Guys, Jay Bassell and Jeff Solomon, Todd Downing. Best Ambassador of the Industry, Eric Campbell, Lori Donovan, Todd Downing, Aaron Montgomery, Matt Vasallo. And that is our voting list. And later today, yes, absolutely, a little applause.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, hopefully within, I may have time. So it may be before the half or either right after the half. So noon Central Time at the latest, 12:30 Central Time at the latest. The voting will be live. And you just go to tworegularguys.com/Reggies, same place that the nomination form was. And you will be able to do the voting there. In fact, there may be some categories up right now, but just give me a moment to get the last one or two done. So again, tworegularguys.com/Reggies. And that will take you to the voting. And that voting will go until December, I believe it's December 9th. It is the Thursday before. And we'll shut it down about 5 p.m. So that way we have a chance to get everything together for the show the next morning and start reaching out to people to hopefully get them on the show with us to accept their awards. So Terry and I will be dressed nicely, I'm sure, and tuxedos and top hats and all that fun stuff.
We used to lie about it when we were just a podcast.
I know. Darn it. Can't do that anymore. I need your shirt size, Terry. We'll get this sorted out. All right. Well, Terry, what do you have coming up here?
I have my screen printing classes for 2022. I'm still working on dates with the sponsors of that class here in Phoenix and in Chicago. And 2022, I'll be doing the Impressions Expo Long Beach, and my seminar will be Everything You Hear About DTG Printing on the Internet is Wrong. That'll be Saturday, January 22nd at 9 o'clock. I'm going to be filling in my my upcoming events quite a bit here over the next 2 weeks, and hopefully have all my my classes listed. And how about you, Aaron?
Well, so for me, I've got coming up here at 11:30. So in just under a half hour, the half with Eric Campbell. And this is the only time that Eric and I are ever right on time. No exceptions, 30 minutes. That's the way it goes. It's just a completely open Q&A session. And we have a really good time. We just interact with the people that show up. So if you'd like to be one of those people we get to interact with, please come over to liveosg.com, and that'll take you to our Success Group YouTube page. If you're a YouTube person, you can check it out there. You can also find Eric Campbell there on YouTube, ERICH Campbell, and make sure that you're liked and subscribed on his channel as well. So those are two places on YouTube, but if you prefer to stay on Facebook or be on Facebook, you can do so at facebook.com/Our Success Group Pro, or once again, make sure you're searching for Eric Campbell, ERICH Campbell, and following and liking and smashing and subscribing and all of those fun things. So that is happening here in, just under 30 minutes. So come on over and let's have a little fun over there. And then the other thing to share is what Eric's got coming up here. Today is Education Friday for Sir. So you can join Eric on his show at 2:30 Mountain Time. It's called The Take Up. And today is episode number 90, Holiday and Handwork, Digitizing and Preparation, in which he's going to be talking about emulating hand embroidery, holiday items, and the prep work involved. So head over to ericcampbell.com and click on the Take Up tab to learn more about that. And then, as Terry mentioned, Impressions Expo is coming up way sooner than we could have ever imagined, but that will be happening in January. And Eric has got 3 courses on tap there for Impressions Expo. So make sure that you get over to impressionsexpo.com, sign up for all 3 of those classes that Eric will be presenting, plus Terry's class. And you will be fully educated after that.
I think Holidays and Handwork, isn't that also a Hallmark Channel movie? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. So we'll need a little crying out of you, Eric. And
got a little face palm out of Eric on that one.
All right. So Ramona just said, I have 30 minutes to get my work done so I can take my Friday morning, the half break. Yeah. I've got 30 minutes to get the Reggies posted. So, all right, you guys. So that's what's happening, Terry. I think, congratulations to everybody. Thanks everybody for taking the time to nominate. Thanks everybody for participating. Thanks everybody for recognizing and being recognizable. So
Exactly
excited. Right. And like I said, look for, if you'll head over to our webpage, tworegularguys.com, you will get the full list of everything that we just covered here that you can also see on the internet. And that way, if you want to go back and copy and paste and go Google search somebody up or something like that, that'll all be there. Just give me a little bit of time into next week to get that posted over there. So,
and one of my favorite shows of the year, Aaron. It was a great show today. We want to also thank our show producer, Eric Campbell, for keeping the mics on and the wheels turning during the show.
He kept the mics on most of the time when it was necessary and turned them off when it was also necessary. So yes, thank you very much, Eric. And next week we will be finishing up our interview with Todd Downey, and we're going to be talking about DTF Part 2. So if you have questions about DTF, this is the place for you. A couple weeks ago we had Todd on and we were only able to scratch the surface. There's so much to be covered there. So excited to finish that up next week and really kind of dive even deeper. So looking forward to that one, Terry.
All right. Until then, I'm Terry Combs. He is Reggie nominee, Aaron Montgomery.
And we are the Two Regular Guys.
Here we go. We're out.
Awesome.
Thank you for listening to Two Regular Guys. Check out our website at tworegularguys.com. That's the number 2, regularguys.com. You can also interact with us over at our Facebook page, facebook.com/tworegularguys, or send us a tweet, twitter.com/tworegularguys. And we have a YouTube page. You can find all that from our website, tworegularguys.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to spending some time with you again next week.